I had just finished the video about Zhou Guanyu, and news on Sebastian Vettel has came out. There have been a lot of talks in the last week about Sebastian Vettel potentially going to McLaren, Daniel Ricciardo potentially going to Aston Martin in a driver swap, but Aston Martin are declining anything about anybody else. Aston Martin is not looking at any other drivers on the market as the team focuses entirely on convincing Vettel to stay. Note those last couple words, convincing Vettel to stay. Sebastian Vettel is at an interesting point in his career where we're not really sure if he's good anymore, but we also know he's not a bad driver. But because of how Aston Martin has been this year, because of having Lance Stroll as a teammate, who we also don't know is good or not, because it's a very interesting situation at Aston Martin. And Sebastian Vettel knows that he does have a potential in McLaren, but would he do it? And you have to convince Sebastian Vettel to stay if you're Aston Martin, because you can't have him go to McLaren and you are now saying that you're not going for any other drivers. Where does that leave you now? According to an article on F1briefings.com, Sebastian Vettel's future with Aston Martin remains undecided as both parties discuss whether their partnership is worth extending into these new regulations. Team principal Mike Krack has made no secret that the team must improve and take a step forward in development to convince the four-time champion to sign an extension. Aston Martin's climb to top the grid will be a long-term project, and given the current stage of Vettel's career, the team must provide evidence that they can realistically attain their ambitions, and that's where I think it will be hard to convince Sebastian Vettel to stay. What other options does Sebastian Vettel actually have? Is the McLaren a real one, or considering that Daniel Ricciardo's contract is in his hands, maybe Vettel's only option is Williams or Aston Martin? In an interview with Sport 1, Mike Krack spoke about the team's negotiations. We have a very good relationship with Sebastian, so we don't want to set a deadline. He knows our opinion. He knows we really want to continue with him. I think after the summer break is when we can be more specific. Until then, we don't have a plan. There have been rumors about potential replacements for Sebastian Vettel, but Mike Krack has emphasized that the team is not in talks with anyone else. We're not talking about potential successors, neither with him nor others, because we want Sebastian to stay with us. Whilst the AMR82 showed some very promising performances in Baku, they've also had the new upgrade packages. This has not been replicated since, and the team has slipped a somewhat embarrassing 9th place in standings, ahead of only Williams. Aston Martin might still be able to persuade Vettel that the investment into the team will eventually pay off, but they've certainly failed their efforts to impress Vettel with their mid-season development. There's a lot of opinions on Sebastian Vettel. There's a lot of opinions on Aston Martin as a team in general. Does Sebastian want to stay because of his experience and because of his win now ability, him retiring soon? You know, what decision is the best for Sebastian Vettel? I'm going to leave a poll. You can decide. Voice your opinion on where you think he will be: Aston Martin, McLaren, Williams, or retired. Make sure you vote, and I will check it out. Thanks for watching.